Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks. This is our Hump Day stream. And today I'm going to be working on the LEGO Ideas set 40487, as I thought it would be an amazing set to build during a live stream, because this is something that I have actually wanted to see for quite a while and build for quite a while. And one more second. There we go. Had to get the last of my stuff set up. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. And why is that? Trying to figure out why my... There it is. Couldn't get my chat screen to appear. There we go. Hey Brooks Bricks, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, I was having technical difficulties. Anyway, let's get this guy open and let's get building. And I thought I already cut the tape. There we go. I think I actually have like 2 of these. But it's a really cool looking set to me. Tried to change up the camera angle. Hopefully it's a little more pleasant for everybody. I also changed up the lighting, trying to get it a little bit better. Kenneth Swan, hey, how you doing, my friend? Also, just a quick note to all my members. I will be, after this stream, posting the winner of this month's build competition and announcing next month's build competition. What do you mean it's about time? I've been actually live for about at least 2 minutes, Paul. Hey, Greg, how you doing? The Atomic Logic, bonjour. Hugo, hello. Brett, good evening. And thank you. Greg says the angle's looking great. And there we go. Like I said, I thought it might be a little better. I'm still not sure that I have the lighting just right, though. I think I might have to play with it. I'm not going to worry about it on this stream. But I keep trying to mess with the lighting to try and make it a little bit better for the viewing. I feel like I need another light here or directly over me to keep everything illuminated a little better. Will Bork, hi, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Matt SC27? Does anybody else have this set? Just curious. I know they were saying, so originally they thought it was going to be a quick sellout set, and it wasn't. And I think part of the reason is because it was such a high-priced set that you may even see it for sale at some point in the future, as I don't know if they actually used them all or gave them all away. What's better, a baguette or Subway? I'm going to say a baguette because I'm not a big fan of Subway. So that's my reasoning anyway. Hey! Rob, hey, how you doing? Where? Oh, there he is. I thought I saw someone say hey to Blinky Bricks, but... And yes, someone did say lighting. For those of you that haven't seen it either, just for me to point it out real quick, it was yesterday actually. I posted a video about, if he should still be in here, about all Blinky Bricks new products. So if you have any questions at all, being that Blinky Bricks is in the chat room. And hey, Grandpa Ewan, feel free to ask any questions you have as far as lighting, because he could easily and quickly answer them for you. Probably better than I could even think about answering them. And thank you so much, Greg. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. I was looking at the name right above it. Thank you so much, Brick Sergeant, for that $2 donation. That was absolutely awesome of you, my friend. And hey, you too. I agree with you, the Atomic Logic. I'm just not a fan of Subway. I never really have been, to be perfectly honest. Even when they were actually supposedly doing really well, I just was not a fan of Subway. to me, it's, I guess the best way I can describe Subway, I mean, it's a fast food sub shop, and it's just low quality at best would be the nicest way to put it. John Garrett, hello, hello. Greetings to Denmark, my friend. And I think my TV's a little too loud. Let me tweak that down a little. And when you say a Lego setup, do you have a city that you're building? And I want that there. Want that there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Matt. Matt just donated $2 as well. And I really like all the little pieces they use for the water technique, so that way it looks like it's splashing off the sides. This is also, just for you guys that are curious anyway, this is also a great technique, and these are great pieces. If you ever want to do, just to show it up to the camera a little better, if you ever want it to appear when you're making a building and you have glass shattering out, those are some really awesome pieces to use for making that shattered glass effect as well. Hey Steve, how are you? How's the build table? Did you finally finish it? I know you were pretty close to done, and then I was kind of talking to you last night, and actually it's perfect timing that you just signed in, because Blinky Bricks is here, because you were asking me on some of it, is you're not sure if it would be compatible or not, and he would probably be more familiar with, because some of that lighting stuff that you have I'm not familiar with. So he might be able to answer your questions if you have any regarding your lighting anyway. I have to say, though, that lighting that you had was very cool, to say the least. But I have never seen any of that before. And that's where I was kind of confused when we were talking last night, in the aspect of I'm not sure how compatible it is, because I kind of was taking it that it was for a 9-volt system. So that's where I had a little confusion anyway. Philippe, hey, how you doing? Aussie Adams, thank you so much, buddy. That is awesome. And thank you so much, Paul Bot. Aussie Adams just donated $2, and Paul Bot just donated $4. And he said, what are you going to work on next? As far as the city. And Smack 4, no, I haven't talked about that. I'm going to come back to you in just one second. But the build table, I can imagine your back is... I need to get on the ball and actually expand my table as well. Kyle Dunbar, thank you so much. Kyle just donated $1 as well. On to the what the other question was, though, as far as the tumbler. The big, don't get me wrong, they're both freaking awesome looking sets. I absolutely like them both. Me personally, I'm going to be buying the smaller version, the 8 and up version, as I think that would be more fitting for a Lego city. But I think they're both really cool builds, and because if you wanted to buy the original Tumbler Batmobile, that would be an extremely expensive set to get. So I thought that was pretty cool that they've re-released a new version of it, so that way it gives people that never had the chance to buy the original one a new chance to buy it. And like I said, to me, it's an amazing looking build. I will definitely be getting the small one. I don't know if I'll get the big one. I know Paul Bot will probably get the big one. But Steve, it's time to go to the chiropractor now, buddy. Brooks Bricks says time to bring the rain. It already kind of looks like it's raining. We've already had Kyle, Paul, what was it? We have Kyle, Paul, Aussie Adams, Brick Sergeant, Brooks Bricks. We're just getting all kinds of donations tonight. And again, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate that. And see right there, Paul Bot already says he can't wait for the new tumbler. Like I said, I think it looks cool. I mean, without a doubt, it's definitely cool. And I've always been kind of a fan of Batman. Because I like DC. Some people are fans of just DC. Some people are fans of just Marvel. I personally like both of them. I don't really have a set preference, so to speak. So I buy everything. Something I didn't get and I probably should have gotten, and I think you still can get it, is the Batwing, because I think that's a really cool set. And the reason I actually want that more than anything is because I know my son Jax is a huge, and I mean huge, fan of Batman. So that would be something that would actually look great in his room, and that would really be the only reason I would be buying it, is to give it to him. Hey, Troublemaker Bricks. Rob says definitely getting the minifigure tumbler. And like I said, I'm with you. That's the one that I'll be going after. My problem, and don't get me wrong, I love the big sets. They do an amazing job, because I know a lot of people always ask me about the large Millennium Falcon too, and I haven't bought it. My problem with those really big sets like that, they look cool, don't get me wrong, and there's really some awesome ways to display them. But for me, I generally look at stuff that I can use in my city, or that I'm going to have, that I can put it in a build, I guess would be a good way to put it. And yes, you can put these large builds or the tumbler and stuff like that in builds, but to me it's much easier to work with and mess around and design stuff around the smaller versions as opposed to these great big ships. And that's why typically I don't buy them. And Paul bot, holy crap, he is making the rain come. He's making a hurricane come. He said, here comes the hurricane, aiming for your parking garage, so that way you have to design it better. And it's like I've told you before, I like it just the way it is. It's staying right like it is. If I do anything, I might add some guardrails or something. But for now, I got so many other projects that I really need to get done first. That's why that parking garage is very low on my priority list. But again, like I've always told people in the past too about the parking garage, the biggest thing for that parking garage, and what am I looking for? Oh, that's why I can't find it. The biggest thing with that parking garage was to show people, because most people have a ton of those four-way intersection base plates, and that was the whole point of that build, was just to show people the way that they could use that base plates. Greg says, nice, picked up a couple the other day. Rob's talking to Greg. Aussie, he slams me all the time. I'm used to it. It's only because he built one that's so insanely huge. Oh, I like these. These are all printed. That's cool. I wish they would get more pieces. It actually bums me out that they don't. But these would be great for having for a dock if you have a waterfront area. Look at these. These are freaking awesome. I like these a lot. For those that haven't seen them. And this comes with a bunch of them, and that doesn't want to zoom in. There we go. And it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. The Atomic Logic says he likes getting the Lego Mox Brickmania sets, and he likes doing the modern military warfare battles. That would be awesome. And I actually I purchased some minifigs that are military, because I want to do a military base or something on my display table at some point, but I was also looking into selling them. The thing is from what I've done from a little bit of research, is you can get in a little bit of trouble trying to sell some of that stuff. So I don't know that I'll ever even try to sell them. I think I'll just end up buying more, keeping them, and trying to use them in my city somewhere, because they're not official Lego. And I never really knew that. I thought that anybody could sell them because it's not something that Lego sells, but apparently that is a big no-no, from what I understand. And thank you so much, Brick World. Brick World just donated $2, and he says, greeting from another Lego city. And thank you so much, Brick World. I appreciate that. You're awesome, my friend. And trying to show those printed pieces. There is 8 of these in this set, the printed wood pieces. And these come in a lot of different sets. At least I thought they did anyway. But again, to me, it's amazing that they actually included those, because that just adds to the detail of the boat. Brick Sergeant says, bump up the fun for Lego. And thank you so much for the $5 donation, Brick Sergeant. Something else I do want to bring up, because I know I've had a couple people ask me about this, and it arrived today. I've had a lot of people ask me if I was going to get, and I didn't want to start it today. I got to get a few more things done in the barn before I start it. But a lot of people had asked me about if I was ever going to get a sample of my train station, and it finally arrived today. I have the train station now from the company that sells it, so that way everybody can see how it arrives, how you build it, in the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to be making a series of, or I shouldn't say a series, but I'm going to be doing a series of live streams. And that's why I got to kind of clear my calendar, because I want to try and start doing that build every day online. And my goal is going to be hopefully to try and build it within a week. Keep in mind that is an 8,703 piece set, so it's going to take me some time to do it. But like I said, it is a Lego compatible set. It is not Lego brand set, but it is my actual train station that the company, I forgot the name of the company. I'm horrible. But anyway, it's the company that's selling my train station build. That is what it's from. And like I said, I wanted to build it live. I wanted to build it live because I wanted to show everybody exactly what the pieces do, how it looks, how strong it is in the whole 9 yards. And that's why I want to do it live so everybody can see it. Paul Bot says you're not allowed to end the stream till the boat is built. Hey, every stream I have done here lately, I have finished my builds. Thank you very much. And these printed tiles are absolute awesome. I totally agree with you. Okay, there's your answer, Steve. Because that's, like I said, I wasn't sure about that. Because like I said, with the life lights, that they were, I mean, they're some amazing looking lights. So let me say that. And say hello to my little friend. But I've never seen those before. And that's why I wasn't super familiar with them. That's why I thought Blinky Bricks was probably the right person to ask. Because Blinky Bricks has been in the Lego community, lighting community, and all that for quite some time. As a matter of fact, how I actually got to know Blinky Bricks was because of my friend Charm City Bricks. He recommended him to me. And after he recommended him to me, and me and Steve got to talking, and the rest is history. And thank you so much for that plug, Greg. I appreciate that. And yes, that is thank you again so much for that. That is the link that I'm referring to. Because I've had a few people, I don't know if it's anybody in this stream right now, keep in mind that I'm just referring to comments that I've received on my videos. But I had a couple different people asking me, number one, is it Lego compatible or is it Lego? And it is Lego compatible. It is not Lego parts. But number two, they were asking me, how long does it take to ship? How well does it look? And so on and so forth. And that's why I wanted to build it live, just so everybody could, I'm hoping it'll answer everybody's questions in regard to that. Charm City. Dude, speaking of the devil. Now I got Charm and Charm and Blinky Bricks in here at the same time. And see, right there you go. He's been doing it for 11 years now. That's why I said he is a long person in the Lego community. Kind of like Charm City. He's an old man in the Lego community too. Charm City is trying to talk me into actually going down to Brick Fair, Virginia next year. And I might end up taking him up on that, because that sounds like it would be fun. And with doing that, I know I'd be able to also meet Blinky Bricks as well. Paul Bot says you need the power station called Blinky Bricks Electric Company. I have a substation that I built. It's in front of the airport. But I would like to, what I was actually thinking about, now that you bring that up, Paul, I had contemplated building, where did I forget to put in? I had contemplated building like an old coal burning factory, I guess would be a good way to put it, or explain it. Because I thought that might look actually pretty interesting. I don't know where I would put it though. I want kind of an industrial area in the city, and I was almost thinking this back corner over here, because I could put the coal burning power plant, and we could call it the Blinky Bricks power plant. And then I was also thinking some kind of car factory, due to the fact that I grew up in the Detroit area, and this is the automotive capital of the world, at least it used to be anyway. I thought that would be kind of a nice touch in my city to have some sort of car company or car factory. And I would like to motorize it so that way it's actually a moving portion of the display. Charm City says, I already have a space carved out in our city display for you to plug some buildings into. And see, there we go. I'm probably going to take you up on that, Charm. So I think that would be fun. I've never been to Brick Fair, Virginia, so I think that would be absolutely awesome. And then Greg Bissett says he would love to do Brick Fair, Virginia, and have the whole funny farm. It's always good to have a good day off, Aussie Adams. I totally agree with you, my friend. Blinky says Charm and Blinky both have the same home Lego store. So you need to do like Charm then and start sending me stuff. Because he goes there and then he shows me what they got so I can drool. And then talks me into spending too much as he picks stuff up. Because Charm's one of my enablers. But like I said, I definitely think I'm going to take Charm up on that. Because I do think that would be a very enjoyable trip. And I am screwing up, so hold on while I backtrack. So I get talking and then I skip a step. And then we do that. And then we do that. There we go. Oh, Kip says he'll be at Brick Fair, Virginia. Well, that would be freaking awesome. No, it would be easier on Paul to get together at Chicago. Let's say what it really is, Paul. Come on now. Charm City says, Pick-A-Brick shopping for Daryl results in 40 large Pick-A-Brick cups. Yeah, usually. Especially, I don't know what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, the Lego store by me, and I've shown you this before as well, Paul, or Jason. The Lego store by me, just their selection always absolutely sucks when I go there. When they do have something good, I mean, I try to buy it up when I go, which I don't go very often because it's not super close to me. But like I said, you've seen it. They just, I don't know what it is. They just do not have a good selection of parts. And that's why anytime you show me the wall that you have by you, I just simply drool, because the parts that they have on your wall are always absolutely freaking amazing. And there you go. And Charm City uses Blinky Bricks as well. And you'll have to ask Charm City on that one, Brett. I'm not sure, because I've never been there. I'm going to be an outcast or an outsider when I go. I'm going to assume it's the northern one, if I'm not mistaken. It won't be till next year, Brick Sergeant. Exactly, do you know exactly when it is, though, Blinky or Charm? Well, you guys are just talking. I'm going to let you guys talk. Blinky's asking if anybody's going to be near St. Louis, because if you want to see an example of his products in person, he's going to be at that show. So that would be an excellent time if you want, because I know I show his products and I talk about how awesome they are all the time. But if you want to see them firsthand, that would be the perfect time to see them, if you're in the St. Louis area. When you're saying a 9-volt regulator, Steve, I'm going to say that's a no, because I know Blinky Bricks and everything that, at least everything that I've used by him and everything that I've used for every company is always 5-volt based. So I'm going to say that, and correct me if I'm wrong on this. Tell me I didn't just lose the stream. Someone just said I lost the stream. Well, I'm showing I'm still live. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, as far as the Lights, I don't believe anything that you buy from any company, Blinky Bricks or otherwise, is designed for the 9 volts power supplies. You want to use a USB power supply, or Blinky Bricks himself has a multitude of power supplies that you can get directly through him as well. But I don't think they're compatible at all with the 9 volt system. Hey, Mr. Blocks, how's it going? Angry Dragon, hello, hello. I have not seen you in a while. And yeah, we were just talking about that we're wanting to get together at Brick Fair, Virginia. Actually, if I can, what I would really love to do next year, and I don't want to say that I'm doing it just yet, I would really love to, like what Paul Bot was saying, I would love to do Chicago, Detroit, and Brick Fair next year if it's possible. I don't know if it'll be possible, though. But I think that would be very, very cool. I've never been to Chicago, and I don't know of anybody that's really ever done displays or anything there, so I don't really have anybody to have any familiarity with it. Where Detroit, I have been to that one. I've never shown there. In Brick Fair, Virginia, I would have Blinky Bricks, and I would also have Charm City Bricks, is why I would be willing to do it, because then I already have somebody that can kind of help guide me through the process. I'm not sure, Steve, because the stream, I double-checked, and everybody said the stream's still doing good. And did I feel like I missed a comment. Okay, Bricks says the stream's fine, because you said it was fine over here. You must have an internet problem. I'm sorry, Steve. And thank you so much, Ned. I appreciate that. Ned just donated $4.99 and says, cha-ching. Angry Dragon says, I go to Brick Fair, Virginia every year with the RVA lug. And I hope you saw that response, Steve, because what Blinky Bricks was saying is he has a power supply option as a 9-volt battery, but not for the 9-volt train supply. I just want to repeat that because I know you said you're having some difficulties. And for a change, it's not my difficulties, surprisingly enough. And why? That's why I got to do. See, I get talking too much and then I start missing stuff. But either way, as it looks, I am going to Brick Fair, Virginia next year. Joshua Long Photography says he went to Chicago in 2019. Virginia and Chicago are probably the 2 biggest conventions that he's ever been to. And see, to me, because I've only been to the shows here in Michigan, so that's the only ones I can ever account for. And that's why that's not right. But to me, that seemed like there's actually 2 different shows here in Michigan, and both of them are actually, in my opinion anyway, pretty large. So I'm curious to see what everybody else says is large as far as Virginia and stuff like that. Hey, Sour Pouts or Poots. And Greg says he's going to Brickfest. That should be a good time. But like I said, for me, I am actually really new to shows. I've been collecting Lego for a very long time, but I've never really done a lot of shows. Well, I've never actually displayed at a show ever, to be perfectly honest. But I can see where it would be a lot of fun. And yes, I always get quiet when I'm doing stickers. Are you saying that I'll be clearing out Tyson's there, Ned? You know, I already have some people that help me clear it out every now and then before I've even been there. I hope I'm doing that right. Yes, okay. So I was thinking I might have got ahead of myself putting the sticker on. Hey, how you doing? I got that. But if the Funny Farm shows up to Brick Fair, Virginia, I can imagine that would be one crazy show. Without a doubt. I try to clean out anytime anybody lets me. I've tried to get Matt to buy me more, but anytime he goes to the store, he only lets me get 4 to 6 cups. So I have to be picky and choosy when Matt goes for me. Matt's a stingy supplier, or an enabler. Angry Dragon says, if you come, you can check out the RVA lug. City hopefully needs to bring some stuff for the city. If I come to Brick Fair, Virginia, I would be coming in, like Charm was already saying earlier in the stream, I would be coming to actually do a display. Because I would be displaying with Charm City if I do come to Brick Fair, Virginia. And that, to me, that would be extremely exciting, Ned, to have that many stores. And that was something I was bummed out because I know you remember anyway. When I did the New York job, or when I did the New York build, I should say, I was supposed to, or I wanted to, stop and do a bunch of different things. Due to the weather and my traveling restraints, as far as time restraints, I kind of had to hurry up and get out of Dodge, so I didn't get to do anything that I really wanted to do. I didn't get, the Lego stores were, basically on shutdown when I was there anyway, so I really kind of missed out on a lot of the things I really wanted to do. And that's one of the reasons why I would really love to go back there, just so I could see everything that I didn't get to see the first time I went through there. And this time I would be doing it because it would be on a weekend. It would be more enjoyable. I wouldn't have the time restraints, so I could see a lot more, would be my hope, in between the shows anyway. Angry Dragon says that would be awesome to see you with Charm City. Have you ever met Charm City in person, Angry Dragon? And now Blinky Bricks is just rubbing stuff in. Because I don't even have a store that's anywhere really near me to see any kind of good sales like that. Did I? Yeah, I did 2 of those. I wish, but I haven't. That's why I'm always jealous when in my Discord group people will post their Lego hauls and things like that, and I'm always really jealous because, don't get me wrong, I do have one store that's near me, but it's so far away. It always feels like an eternity, and that's why I always kind of just say heck with it and don't go, but maybe once, and I haven't been there in 3 months. But part of the reason that I hadn't been there is every time that I had text, because I do text the store manager, and he will send me a parts list, and every time he sent me a parts list of what they have on the walls, or a pick-a-brick pick of what they have on the walls, it's really lackluster, to say the least. And it's like, it's not, to me, worth the drive, usually, for the parts that they have. And it seems like a lot of times, by me, the parts that they have are actually on the large side. And if I'm going to go to the pick-a-brick wall, I'm typically, myself anyway, I'm usually looking for conglomerations of smaller parts, because I'm after small parts. And that is there. And I forgot to put that piece on. Now that looks better. Now we got to take hold on 1 second, guys. While I am trying to get this guy all put together. Angry Dragon says Virginia has 3 Lego stores you can hit if you want to make the drive. See, I like what like Charm City has, because he says that would actually be a cool video, Charm. If we could, well, actually, maybe if I don't know what Steve's schedule's like, but maybe when I'm out there, maybe we could all get together and kind of have a fun day of doing all different kinds of things. We could post all different kinds of videos. And Blinky Bricks also says he thinks he read that the Virginia Lego store gives free stuff to YouTubers. Now that would be freaking awesome. Paul Bott, I missed that comment, says you have 30 minutes or so before your 1 hour is over. I got your 1 hour. I actually started early, so I'm doing okay. I'm not too concerned about my rush today. Man, did I miss? Or they just gave a bunch of extra, didn't they? Yeah, it's just for the water. Nope, I didn't put all the water pieces on. See that? Paul's got me all distracted. Hello, Abo Bye. But that would be sweet if somebody was giving away free Lego. I know by me they don't. It doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber or not. But I would happily take it. Without a doubt. I would not argue that point at all. And that's where I forgot to do. And say, I know that piece is not an extra piece. There we go. Mike, how you doing, buddy? And yes, I did notice that. The Funny Farm is coming to Mike next year because he is building a baseball stadium, and it is a freaking awesome baseball stadium. As a matter of fact, it's instructions off Rebrickable. What was the builder's name, Mike? The power functions. Hold on, Blinky. Blinky Bricks sent me so many I can't find it, but just to show you, these were the 9-volt options he was talking about, Steve. And I don't know why I'm not seeing, and I know I have it because I showed it in the video. I was trying to find Blinky Bricks' power functions option, and I know I have it. It's probably because I'm rifling through it is why I can't find it. But I did show his power options piece in that video also. Raven says, I just got into work today, just got home, and now he's tired. Just the thought of work tires me out, buddy, so I get it. Paul says that's one way to get him not to finish a build. And that sucks. I'm surprised you're having problems, Steve, because out where you live, because I know out where I live, everybody knows my internet always sucks. So, and I haven't had any problems yet. Knock on wood. But everybody knows that I typically do. That's why I'm shocked that it's not me for a change. I'm happy, but I'm shocked it's not me for a change. Thomas Davey, how the heck are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And I'm going to, Paul, I'm trying to be nice. And I'm just going to stop right there. If I only had a brain. If Paul only had a brain. Angry Dragon was saying his goal for Virginia next year is to do a bigger city and try to do mills. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Charm's still in here or not, but because I know Charm already told me, or at least, is it the theme for the entire, is there a theme for the show, I guess is what I should be asking? Because Charm told me what he wants me to start working on as far as things that would be for Virginia. But I don't know if there's a theme for the whole show or if it's just his theme that I need to build the stuff for so that way I can match up with what he's doing. No, I'm in the same part of the barn I'm always in. What it is, I just moved the mess to another part of the barn. There's more than one way to skin a cat, And the desk is very clean. Actually, what it is I cleaned up before I went live. Because that was part of the reason why it took me so long to go live today. Which I wasn't that late. I was only about 2 minutes late for starting. So for me, I actually did pretty good for my start time today. But that was part of my holdup, was cleaning up the desk. I do have a pile of stuff I still got to disassemble right here, though. And I'm not even going to talk about my floor. Because the floor over there is a mess. I'll be the first to admit that one. Oh, so it is the whole show's theme. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was just Charm's theme or because that's what he told me is that it's supposed to be construction theme. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that they actually picked themes like that to let you know ahead of time. That actually makes it even more interesting. And absolutely, Thomas, you are always right on time, my friend. Nobody ever gets here late. We don't have time frames here. Everybody has importance in life and everything else, and we do not hold anybody or say anybody is ever late. That is my number one rule. And I am... Oh, it's that piece. Almost forgot. For the stadium that Mike was building and we were talking about a few minutes ago, the name for that is Gabizon. I hope I said that right. It's Gabizon. And the stadium is actually built, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, it is on 9 32 by 32 base plates, if I'm not mistaken. Paul says he was taught if you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you're late. Well, that's military, though, so that's a whole different animal altogether. Because you're right, being in the military, that is basically what they teach you. So I can definitely agree with your thought process on that, without a doubt. There it is. And I can understand why you have that thought process. I know it was funny because me growing up and then going through trades, anytime I was ever given a job interview or anything like that, when I would try and find different jobs or whatever, I usually showed up to my interview because I was always terrified of being late. and I would usually show up a half hour early. And I laughed because the job that I'm working at now, as a matter of fact, when I applied for that job, they gave me my interview time. And my interview time was like 3 p.m. So I showed up at 2:30. Actually, I think I showed up at like 2:15, but anyway, or it was 2:20, something like that. But anyway, I walked in the office, and I just told the secretary, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm here for my 3 o'clock interview appointment. And she looked at me and she said, oh, you're Daryl. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, actually, your interview is 2:30. And I'm like, what? I was almost late. And she says, no, we always do that with tradesmen because tradesmen are always early. I was shocked because I had never heard that before. But my last job, or the job that I'm working at now, actually taught me that. I guess apparently that is normal for most tradesmen. And yes, that goes there. And I will come back to the comments in a minute after I finagle this for another second. Angry Dragon says, I would love that stadium, but it would take a majority of a city. Elijah, hey, how you doing? He says, your mocks are majestic, and thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Lego Joe says, I'm working on making my city 2 feet bigger. Nick Master Nick, hey, how you doing? Paul Bott says, I was always taught, if you already read that comment, going back down, and I am correct that the baseball stadium is built on 9 32 by 32 plates, and it's 7,313 parts. So that's actually smaller than my train station as far as part count then. Brick Sergeant says that is just what the military teaches the soldiers. And no, like I said, I do get it because a lot of you may or may not know, I know most of my members know. My father was a drill sergeant, so that was what I grew up with, and it was drilled into me because of my father to always be on time. So I totally get and understand that. Because like I said, I learned it from him. And by the way, he was a tradesman also. Okay, just curious says, she did not buy all the Legos you have now. Do you think, if I did not buy all the Legos you have now, do you think you'd be a billionaire? No. I wish. I don't have that much money in Lego. It would be nice to be a billionaire, but no. I don't have that much Lego. I've probably, because that's a question I get asked a lot, is how much money in Lego do I have? And it's like I always tell everybody, I never really paid attention to how much I was buying. Part of the reason is because I've been buying it for over 20, because I started buying Lego. Let me go there for a minute anyway. I started buying Lego again back before my kids were born. As a matter of fact, it was like literally right before my son was born, my oldest. And that was in 1999. So to amass the amount of Lego that I have, you have to keep in mind that I have been buying Lego for 22 years now. And if I had to throw a number out for how much I've spent on Lego over the years, I always tell people it's probably in the neighborhood of around $60,000 or $70,000. That's going high, personally. But that's just like a calculated guess at best. But something else I always try to point out to people too, though, is it never actually physically cost me that much. And part of the reason that I say that is when early on I had learned how well the secondary markets were with Lego, and how I used to actually fund most of my Lego purchases was I would always buy multiple sets. And the reason that I would buy multiple sets is because after they were discontinued, I could sell them. Now, I know that upsets some people for people reselling, but that was how I was able to buy so much Lego. So, for example, I bought a cafe corner, and I have a cafe corner. I bought another cafe corner after it discontinued, and mind you, I did not get the markup that they are up to now, but I would usually wait a year or two after it discontinued, and then I would sell them. And then the money that I made off that set from selling it, I would take and go buy more Lego. And then I always had a set amount of sets that I set aside, and then I always had a set amount of sets that I ripped open and did things with. And if you do that, and if you do that for the number of years that I have done it, you would find that you would have an insane amount of Lego like I do as well. But it doesn't happen overnight, and that's what I always try to remind people of, because a lot of people think that I just one day decided I was going to start buying Lego and that was the end of it. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because I have been collecting for a very, and I mean very, long time. I put that piece on there wrong. There we go. And yes. Okay. So that goes there, and then that goes there. Now it's making sense. Timothy was asking, where did I sell those sets? I used to do all my selling on eBay before eBay got so unrealistically expensive. The fees on eBay now are just insane. And for me personally, because I haven't really sold anything in probably 5 or 6 years, I personally kind of got tired of it. But part of the reason I got tired of doing reselling was quite simply because the fees for eBay and everything had gotten so outrageously expensive. It wasn't worth it. And I had to charge an extremely outsane amount of money in order to try and make the money that I wanted to make off the sets when I would sell them. And it just got to the point that I quit bothering, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to sell all the duplicates that I have, and then I was done. And like I said, I want to say the last few sets that I sold, it was probably, I'm going to say at least 5 years ago. It was shortly before I actually started doing my YouTube, because there was actually a couple sets that I kind of regret selling. I only had a single of, and after I started getting heavy back into building again, it was like, man, why did I get rid of that? And I could kick myself now. But too little, too late. I can't do nothing about it now. Get on there. But that used to be a great way, like I said, to make money, to sell and buy more Lego. I don't know that I would recommend trying it now. Now I've never sold on Bricklink, so let me say that. But now I would say if I was going to try and do a resale thing, I would think that doing it through Bricklink would probably be way more beneficial than it would be doing it through eBay now. But again, I've never sold on Bricklink, so I'm not really sure how that works. Paul says I spent about $6,000 in the last 14 months. Brooks Bricks says he spent $10K. I'm not going to say what I've spent. Angry Dragon says, according to Brickset, he has over $18,590 worth of Lego, but not even spent that much on it. And that's the thing too, though. Like with Brickset. And hey, Apple, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see. The thing that I will say here recently, since I got my barn built, and again, keep in mind, because I do try to tell everybody, I don't really hold anything from anybody. At least I like to think I'm a very open book. But like I always try to tell people, is I am very fortunate as far as where I'm at in the aspect of I really don't have any bills now. And ever since I moved to my current house, because I started doing YouTube at my other house. But when I had my other house, I had a house payment and all that good stuff. And I don't anymore. So I have a lot more of what I call expendable, I guess would be a good way to say it, income. And since I've built this barn, I actually spend way more than I should on Lego. But I still keep it realistic. So just in the last, I'm going to say, because I finished the barn, it was last May, if I'm not mistaken. But from May of last year to say May of this year, I was spending every bit of $1,000 to $2,000 a month on Lego. And then here over the last several months, because I've kind of slowed down on a lot of my projects, I've stopped spending a lot of it. I haven't, I need to catch up on some of my projects, and I don't want to just keep buying it to buy it. But a lot of times, friends like, and I don't know if they're still in here or not, Charm City or Blinky Bricks, they'll send me a message and they'll tell me about something that's on sale. Because I am the type of person, I will say this, anytime that, and I screwed that up, anytime, whether I need the part or not, anytime I find a part that is super cheap, or if somebody tells me about a part or anything else for that matter, I will buy it, and I will buy a huge quantity of it. A lot of people ask me, how did I get all the gold for my Grand Hotel, for example? And all that was in early of 2019. It was either early 2019. Yeah, I think it was early in 2019. Anyway, they had a sale on all those gold pieces that I bought. Most of those are about 60 cents or more a piece now. But when I bought them, they were 2 cents a piece on the pickup or on the Bricks and Pieces site on Lego. And that was how I got so many of them. But that's how I get a lot of my Lego. For example, 1x5, and I don't have one handy because I put it all away. 1x5x6 wall elements in white, and they're actually on sale right now. I want to point that out. At least they were when I looked last week. Those were on sale for 46 cents a piece, and they should still be on sale, I think, for 46 cents a piece. They're normally 80 some cents a piece, but the last time they were on sale like that, I think they were down to 32 cents a piece, and I bought 400 of them at that point in time. So that's another way that I get a lot of Lego, is by anytime I find a good deal, I will buy a bulk quantity of it, whether I need it or not, because at some point, and thank you so much, Greg. Greg Bissett just donated $3. But at some point, you're going to find a use for it. You're going to want to use it. And to me, the best time to get a deal is to buy it while it's hot. And that's why I've always been a very, kept that mentality, I guess I should say, is it doesn't matter if I need it or not. If I have the money, I can buy it. I'm buying it because I want it, and I want it now because I want to make sure that I get those good deals. And hey, Eggtown, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. And that's another way, Scott Phillips, is to, and Clorox Bleach puts the, Scott Phillips says, I have been hitting clearances a lot lately. That is another, see, that's the thing though, is, because a lot of the stuff, believe it or not, the majority of my purchasing, which was what I was kind of talking about just a minute ago, the majority of my purchasing was over the last few years. Up until this last year after I got the barn, I started to buy a lot. But prior to that, because the reason I bring that up is because he was saying he buys a lot at discount. And what I used to do, and the stores I think have kind of caught on to this a little bit, but it used to be every year, right after Christmas, after New Year's, all the stores would start clearing out all of the toys and stuff that they wanted rid of. And I didn't care what sets it was that they had on clearance, but typically you'd get them 50, 60, and 70% off the initial price. So right after Christmas, I would always go into my local Meijer, Walmart, Target, and all that. I would hit them all. And I would go into all of those, and anything that they had on the shelf that was 50% or more off, I bought it. I didn't care what it was. I bought it, I brought it home, I'd rip it apart, and I'd throw it in my bins. And that is an amazingly good way to amass a larger collection as well. The problem that I have noticed, though, recently is it seems that they don't have the discounts like they used to. It's like the stores have finally kind of caught on that, hey, all these people are just waiting for everything to go on clearance, so they just, to me anyway, it seems that they don't stock it like that anymore. At least I don't have any luck finding it in the bulk quantities like I used to, because it used to be nothing for me to actually walk into a store and walk out having bought, I screwed up, and walked out having bought 15 to 20 sets in a store because they were all on clearance. But, like I said, though, not anymore. Usually these days, it seems to be pretty restricted on the stuff that I find that's on sale. At least for me, anyway. I don't know if anybody else has better luck, if it's just because of the area I live in or what, but I personally don't have luck with the sales like I used to. And it kind of bums me out because that used to be the biggest way that I would buy almost pretty much all of my Lego. And I know I am rambling. Oh, those are nice, Greg. Angry Dragon says waiting for some Minecraft sets to go on clearance. Those are always good for parts, absolutely. Paul S says, hey, I haven't been to a stream in a while, but love watching the Lights video today in between college classes. And thank you so much, Paul S. I appreciate that. Wordy Deet says he built a Lego ferry, or says they built a Lego ferry. And absolutely, Joshua Long Photography was saying that's how he started out his collection, was he bought affordable sets and parted them out. Mike was saying we all have had on clearance lately is just the video boxes for $7.50, some for $10, some for $15. And Kenneth Swan was saying some of the YouTube channels post it when things go on sale, and by the time I get there, it's gone. Anytime, and I'm guilty of doing that too. And I try to make sure my members know first, because I know I've done this, and Eggtown can even vouch for it because I have done it several times. I just haven't found any really good parts on sale lately. But typically, how I always did it, if I knew something was going to be really cheap or on sale, I always let my members know first personally through Discord, and then after a few hours at least, I would give them at least a few hours, if not a day's advance notice. But after that, though, then I would post a video about it on YouTube. But I always tried to make sure that my members had first crack at it. But the thing that I was getting at, though, is here lately, I just plain and simply have not seen any good deals. It's really been quite a disappointing year this year as far as sales, because it's usually at least once or twice a year that I would find a good bargain, whether it be on Pick-a-Brick or Bricks and Pieces. And when I say a good bargain, I mean a very good bargain. I don't mean just a little bitty bargain. And like I said, I haven't seen a good sale personally, what I call a good sale anyway, in quite a while. That goes there. And I know I'm probably over my 1 hour mark. So I'm sure I haven't seen Paul say it, though. Oh, he did say it. Paul says, oh, it's been over an hour. Greg was saying it's also fun times to hit the Lego third-party places, and yes, it is. Scott Phillips says, I've gotten very lucky at Minecraft and Spider-Man sets, some Ninjago sets, too. This past Christmas, I got really lucky. They had a really big sale at Big Lots for a bunch of different sets. And I was able to go in there because they only stocked, it was like 20 sets in every store, and I was able to actually go in there and literally buy everything that they had in the store by me. So I got a whole bunch of, and the reason I say that is because you brought up Spider-Man. I got a whole bunch of Spider-Man sets. They were smaller sets. I mean, they weren't like super huge sets or anything. But for parts, who cares, man? They were awesome deal. They were only like $3 a piece. And it was part of their Black Friday or whatever deals, or it was like right after Black Friday. And that was how I actually got those. And, oh, I didn't put the piece in it first. But that's the best way to try and find pieces, is to just, usually around Christmas. But like I said, here lately, I personally haven't had much luck. And trying to get, there we go, because it wants to pop off while I'm putting them on. It's a really cute little boat, I have to say. If anybody doesn't have this boat, and I did not realize the camera should have been a little higher there, I apologize. I hope it wasn't too bad for too long. But this is definitely a very, very, very cute little set. For anybody that does not have it, I would really recommend it. I'm sure you're going to find it on Amazon and eBay and everywhere else at some point soon. But it is an adorable set. I love that you can tilt and pivot and adjust. Let's put her on the side. Let's put him, you know what, we'll put his life jacket on too. Should always do some proper boating if we're going to go boating. Put him standing on the back. And then we got to do our tiller. So actually we will put him holding the tiller. There we go. Just to show you guys a little bit up close. Again, like I said, the sails are movable. So they do twist around and adjust, which I thought make this set really cute. This little cabin actually does remove, so you can put the minifigs inside of it if you wanted to. And then you do have the 2 minifigs. And I mean, everybody knows I love gold. You can't get enough gold. But anyway, let me put that aside, and I got to build this little piece right here, and then I think we're about done. And Paul cannot say that yet another stream where I didn't finish a build. Because I know Paul loves to say that to me. And I have been trying to make sure that he can't anymore. Now, I will say when I do start trying to build my train station, that is not something I intend on being able to have finished during a live stream. So that's going to be something he's going to get me in. But that thing is just way too massive. Why do you... There you go. Let's see, it doesn't want to snap down for me. And we will put that there. And that was supposed to be a dark blue, excuse me, with a light blue. There, and then that went there, and I was supposed to put the other dolphin here. There we go. And these are all just little extra pieces, little tiny extras. But there we go. And then there is their water feature for the dolphins. At least I hope you guys can see that. But anyway, I finished the build, Paul. It is a very cool set, I have to say. I totally agree with you. I'm really happy because I've got an extra one, and I have to say, just from building this, there's a lot of really nice parts in it, and I will probably, as much as people probably don't want to hear this, I'll probably be parting my extra one out. And I am going to bed soon, Paul. Thank you. And it is an awesome gift with purchase. I totally agree, Angry Dragon. Sagthevel NV. I hope I said that right, and I apologize if I tore your name up. But hello, how you doing? And I hope you're having a good day at school right now. Okay, just curious, clapped. Oh, it's only over by 8 minutes. That's not that bad. Yeah, Paul will be going crazy because he'll get to complain every single stream. And they have made a ton of dolphins. I love them, though. They're actually very adorable. I think they're very cute little dudes. They also have made, over the years, they've made a ton of different sharks as well. So there's a bunch of different shark builds you can do, or sharks you can have also. Angry Dragon says I can save the sets for the yard sale at Brick Fair. See, that's where I'm weird anymore, because after I think it's because I sold so much when I used to resell. And there's a few sets that I really desperately, horribly regret getting rid of, that I just don't like selling anymore or parting with anything anymore. This particular set, it was a gift with purchase, and you had to buy $200 worth of merchandise. This was last month. This was August. But you had to buy $200 worth of merchandise in order to get this as a gift with purchase. And I see Brooks Bricks had already said that for me anyway. And you are more than welcome. Anyway, though, guys, I am going to end the stream here, so I do need to get to bed. And don't forget to check out tomorrow's video, because as I stated in my recent vlog, tomorrow is going to be the first Throwback Thursday video I've ever done, because I'm going to start every Thursday starting to do a vintage or retro or old retired Lego set, and just do like a kind of a quick video review of it, or thoughts, my thoughts, how it affected me or why I got it. And that video will go live tomorrow. But anyway, I got to end the stream here. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And I am going to roll that beautiful bean footage, as I love to do on all the ends of my streams, because I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, because I want to make sure I give a very special thank you before I log off to all the people that donated and supported the stream tonight. And with that being said, I want to give a very special thanks to Brick Sargent, Brooks Bricks, Aussie Adams Bricks, Paul Bott, Kyle Dunbar, Brick World, Ned B, Lego City, and Greg Bissett. Again, thank you so much, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. I totally appreciate all the help you constantly give, and I totally appreciate all the awesome support. But anyway, as always, now I can say it. Thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. Don't forget to check out the first Throwback Thursday video tomorrow, and we will see you next time on Bevins Bricks. Good night, guys.